Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. What a difference a couple days make.
Look, Big Blue Nation, it's a pleasure to be here. I gotta start this off with a Go Big Blue. I love it if y'all follow with me. Go Big Blue, go Big Blue, go Big Blue, go Big Blue. What an honor, what a privilege it is to be here. And without further ado, I'm grateful, I'm honored, I'm pleasured to introduce the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump.
And that was the beginning of the end for Jaxson Dart in New York City. The New York Giants season, which was only going to get 5 wins, might go down to 3. This was the beginning of the end for the New York Giants. That's all I see. Now, there's been a lot of problems on the forefront. And this video was supposed to be started a long time ago. You know what happened? Somebody at Best Buy.
What are your memories of the match at WrestleMania? I think you had with the Rockers.
And wanted to harass me in the whole store about buying something. I'm like, dude, he's podcasting. Why are you asking if I'm doing podcasting? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's all you got to do. I'm in here to handle my business and leave. Why am I being accosted? He was, man, I'm like, if this is sale, I'll come back another day. Well, today's the last day of the sale. Well, then I missed it. Getting the hell up out of here. Let me go. You podcast, sir? No, I don't. Jesus Christ. I couldn't even be in peace. That took up a lot of time. Now, let's get into this. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, Jaxson Dart, who went ahead and made this, whatever you want to call it, introduction, his teammates blew up at him. They couldn't believe it. Led by Abdul, who expressed his disdain and was like, wow, this is the leader of our football team, and he's going to do that? And everybody came out the woodwork with their own thoughts and ideas on it. And so, of course, he was going to have to embrace, the public when they open up the media. So they had a team-only meeting about it. And, of course, he was going to have to address the press. Then, basically, this happened.
I understand that there's probably going to be questions that involve off the field topics, and for that, I have a statement, and I hope I can answer as many of those questions that y'all may have. And I ask that can talk about football after that, and I hope that we can understand and respect that from each other. Obviously this was a unique opportunity. Being asked and given the opportunity to introduce the President of the United States. My thinking was pretty simple, in the fact of I've always loved this country. I have extended family members who have fought in wars. I have 2 uncles who have retired from the Air Force Academy and served themselves. And I even have a great-grandfather who served as Secretary of Treasury at some point. So the president position has always been a position that I've well respected, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of political party. And my intentions were just that. I also understand in this world, politics can be a sensitive matter, a sensitive topic. I also understand that I am the quarterback of the New York Giants, and that involves a lot of responsibility. It's under a limelight, under a microscope, and there's a lot that comes with that, and it's been something that I've embraced. I've loved being here. I've loved the city of New York. I love the city of New Jersey, the people that I've met here. It's just been a really amazing experience, and there's not another place that I'd rather be. Most importantly, the people in this organization, my teammates, the staff, coaches, everybody that has a hand. Jose,
We don't care.
I've loved making relationships with them and growing connections. And that's the kind of person that I am. I'm a connector. I love making relationships with people. I love hearing everybody's stories and being somebody who people can rely on to be there for them. And most importantly, I can honestly say that I love every single one of my brothers, my teammates on this team, regardless of politics, regardless of religious beliefs, regardless of anything that may be different between us. Like, I love them, and they know exactly what kind of person that I am.
He didn't say race.
Comes into the facility every day, and who lays, I lay my body on the line for my guys each and every week, and it's from the connections that we build, the love that we have for each other, and I've been somebody who's always respected, the different perspectives that people may have, the backgrounds that they come from. I understand that we have such a cool opportunity as people, to be in a locker room where it's a melting pot of people from everywhere, and we get to be together. I think that the connections that we build are special because, we're able to have vulnerable conversations. We're able to learn from each other, to support each other, irrespective of the color of our skin. And, we have a real brotherhood. We've had a lot of honest conversations with each other as a team. And I like to keep those things private between me and my teammates, and just everything that's been said. But, I love these guys, and going forward, I can't wait for what more we have to grow, the culture of this team, our brotherhood. And obviously we understand the biggest goal is to be the best team that we can be, to put ourselves in the best position to succeed, to chase a championship, to be the best players for Coach Harbs and all the coaches here. And, that's our focus going forward each and every day. And can't wait to continue to do that. Appreciate you guys.
Jaxson, respectfully, you understand why introducing that president would be something that some of your teammates would have a problem with? That's why it's viewed as controversial.
Look, I respect the question. I understand the question. My statements all that I have for you guys right now, and that's where I'm at.
Do you think you made a mistake?
I just gave my statement, so ask that we can all respect and understand that that's where I'm at right now.
One thing, Jaxson, were you taken aback by what happened afterwards? This is not a political question. This is a football, society question. Were you surprised after you did that how this blew up into what it blew up into?
I think obviously we've had conversations as a team. I think that this is just kind of the situation that was at hand was I don't think that you ever really expect things to be exactly what they are, I would say. But from my point of view, what I said earlier is what I have right now, and I'm looking forward to continuing to get better as a team and to grow our relationships.
We'll take two more.
As the leader of the team, did you feel like you needed to address your teammates about this? Is that something John said to you about this week, about addressing this with your teammates, or is that something you wanted to do?
I'm open with all my teammates, so I think that it was a very everybody saw it the same way, and for me, we as teammates want to become closer, be the best. When you're on the field and you're playing in front of the world and you're in vulnerable positions, you got to be able to trust the man next to you, and so I think that the most important thing that we have together is communication. So that was kind of my point of view, and appreciate y'all being here. I understand that there's probably going to be questions. Can't wait to continue to do that. Appreciate it.
Were you taken aback by what happened afterwards?
All right. That's that. Now, looking at everything that went down, I want to say this. Jaxson Dart is doing exactly what he's been coached to do. He has very little media training. He's not that bright. And the matter of fact is this. Who cares? If he wants to support the president, let him. I mean, for him to avoid giving a reason is showing a very huge problem in the scenario. But he tried to say, my family's military and all of this. You don't got to explain nothing. If that's what you feel, then go with it.
No, I don't want to say these sorry. Like, stand on what you believe in, but it can't be a problem when I stand on what I believe in. And that's all that matters to me. Just as long as we have that understanding, it's all good. Some things are bigger than football, and this is one of those things. Jaxson is one of our leaders. He's the face of our franchise. He not only represents himself and what he does, but he represents all of us. And that goes for anybody who wears a Giants uniform. But if he chooses to align himself with a man like President Trump, it's my responsibility, based on what I believe and what I stand on, to not only show my teammates that I'm against that, but to show the world. And that doesn't mean that we have to spread hate. It doesn't mean that me and Jaxson hate each other or we have beef. I sit next to Jaxson every day, every team meeting, we close, we talk. We just, as long as we make sure we got the same goal as a team and our goals align, which they do, I feel like that's all that matters. So I just want to move past this.
Did Jaxson say he was sorry for doing it?
No, I don't want him to say he's sorry. Like, stand on what you believe in, but
now he says I don't want him to apologize, and I'm cool with that. The problem is not with the New York Giants. The problem is not with Jaxson Hayes. The problem is not with Abdul Carter. The problem is with everybody else in between. The media. Everybody's come out and had an opinion to say about the situation. This guy supports him. Okay. But the players on the team, it's like, hey, man, I just want to know. And I'm just going to lay this out. You support a dude I don't like, and you're our leader. What's up with that? So Jaxson pretty much explained it to them in the locker room as a team. And if they gonna roll with it and they cool with it and said, hey, I don't like that dude, period, I understand it. But don't try to impede on me when I'm saying F that dude. That's all everybody's trying to say. You like him, cool. You want to roll with him, cool. But when I say F that dude, I don't want to hear nobody say nothing to me. Long as we got that respect. Did I say Jaxson Hayes? Oh my God, Jaxson Dart. Now, when we see the situation and they say black and white, see, Doc's a white guy. I think he might be albino. He might be albino. We don't know yet. The jury is still out on the doctor. Now, here's the scenario. Yes, I have a television. But here's the scenario. We don't have a right to say who should be where, and we don't like a guy, and why would you be, and I didn't agree with Jamel Hill's statement. It's like we got to stop speaking for all black people. I don't like Trump either. But if we're going to speak to the rest of the world on it and have this conversation, and she's talking this, everybody ain't invited to the cookout.
Hey, what's up, everybody? On Monday's episode of Politics Live, I'll definitely be talking about Jaxson Dart introducing Donald Trump at a recent political rally in New York and how that drew a very specific reaction from his teammate, Abdul Carter. But in the meantime, I had this thought about Jaxson Dart. Let this be example number 2,000,001 of why just because somebody appears to love Black culture don't mean they really fuck with Black people. And by that, I mean this, is that everybody was giving Jaxson Dart the swag pass and the cookout class because he iced out, because he do his little end zone dances. And there was this immediate rush to be like, oh, he one of us, and he invited to the cookout. And when I say they don't mess with Black people, meaning that it's not disqualifying for them to associate themselves with somebody who is bigoted, who is racist, who constantly traffics in white supremacist talking points. Abdul Carter is a Black man and a Muslim, so it wasn't a surprise that he had a problem with Jaxson Dart aligning himself with Trump. But again, I just wanted to remind y'all, doing a couple dances, listening to our music, knowing some rap lyrics does not mean you get any free passes, any cookout passes, or none of that. So go tell your manager, this is a friendly PSA.
Now, let's address all of that. All you need to say in this situation, people, which is quite interesting that is being done in this format. Carter isn't wrong. Abdul Carter isn't wrong. Jaxson Dart isn't wrong. He comes from a family that identifies with what they like about Black culture. That didn't say, oh, this guy's one of us. There's plenty of people that do that. They love Black culture. There's white people that's white supremacists. A lot of them be like, I can't stand Negroes, but Sammy Davis Jr., man, what a talent. Oh my God. They feel like that. They love this part of it. And they think that indoctrinate them into being part of our culture. It's like, no, y'all have to stop doing that. That's y'all perception of Jaxson Dart. Who knows? He might be a person that likes everybody and gets along with everybody. He might be. He might be genuine. We don't know why he did it until he spoke about it. And he gave his reason as to why he endorsed. He got asked to do it because no one else would do it. And they said, well, his family served in the military. This would be a great honor. So somebody on the Giants and the ownership told Jaxson Dart to do it. They said, hey, you're going to represent the team. You're our quarterback. You're going to introduce the president of the United States of America. And he's a young kid. He's like, okay, all right, this is a good moment. Never did he think his teammate would blow up about it. And if you're a Muslim, yes, Trump would not be somebody that you align yourself with. Do I like Donald Trump? No. One, because he does. It's very simple. If white supremacists love you and want to vote for you to put you in office, and you don't say nothing about you denounce them or anything, you align with their ideals. And white supremacy does not look at people such as myself as a friendly. So hell no, I'm not going to like you. I'm not going to vote for you. Why the hell would I vote for you? I'm voting for you. I'm voting for the people that's helping put you in office. That can't stand my Black ass. What the hell I'm voting for you for? We gave him, all right, let's give him a chance. We gave him the chance. Let's see what he do. Saw what he did. First term wasn't great, but it wasn't this bad. This is the first year of the first term. And look what all he has done. Look how he has crippled this entire nation. And we still ain't calling him out for it. Now, that's when you need to be tapping the shoulder of white supremacy and say, hey, where's the flowers at the end of this rainbow? But they don't do that. They stay quiet. Gas is the highest it's ever been under any other president in the United States of America. I don't hear conservatives saying shit about gas no more. Remember they was on Trump, war at the pumps, all that stuff. What? Ain't no war at the pumps no more? What's going on? Your property taxes going up? I wonder why. No, they ain't got nothing to do with Trump. That's the governor of the state. Well, it's statewide. They're going up in all 50 states. They're not all ran by the Democrats. Property taxes are going up. Why no outrage? Why there's no outrage for all of this that you're seeing that's going on? But where's the outrage? Because it's selective. It's all based on who you like. Now, what she was saying about that white supremacy thing and a man who do that, why would you identify with that? Because he's already white. You don't see it. He don't see white supremacy. He just see white people talking. To them, how's a white man gonna say, hey, wait a minute, that's white supremacy? He's standing by it. They don't see that. Only a black person, a person of color, will see, hey, that's white supremacist talk. He's already white. He don't see that. He's blinded, snow blind. Well, when you have different regions of people who don't seem to understand the ideals of what's going on in these situations, it's very simple. Who cares who he likes? There's plenty of people that like Trump, like Kwame Brown. He liked Trump. Me and Kwame could talk and have a great day conversation. He know I don't like Trump. He ain't never said, I can't speak to Carcino because he don't like Trump. I ain't never said, I can't speak to Kwame Brown because he likes Trump. Your 401k did great under Trump. I wonder what it's doing now, Leo. You better cancel it. My 401k did great under Trump. Your 401k did great under Obama, too. Did better. But it ain't about your 401k. You ever see how a company works or a corporation? Do you think a corporation think, what should we do next week? What should we do next month? No. Corporations don't think like that. They think years in advance. They don't think next quarter. They've already got it planned out. Everything has been mapped out. And what do we see now? Since it's been wiped out. More and more drama. So if you're making money, what about the rest of the world, Leo? You're one person. If someone damages the economy, that in the next 3-4 years it's going to collapse because of the decisions that was made today, what is your 600,000 going to be worth? Yeah, we know he ain't got 600,000 in this thing, but let's say he do. What's your 600,000 gonna be worth in the next 3-4 years? Stock market is only surviving because of AI bubble. The stock market is really bad right now, and those numbers are falsified based on manipulation by our president of the United States of America coming out and lying to the general public every day, and they don't call him out on it. This man told you the war be over in 3 days. Then he said the war was over 3-4 times, and y'all still believe it. I'm just saying, for all of those who like Trump, if Obama or Joe Biden, let's just say, let's do vice versa. Let's take out all the things Biden and Trump has done and Obama, scratch them out, switch the names. put Trump in doing all the accomplishments Obama has done, or Biden, and put Obama or Biden in place of Trump. All the things they've done. And this year, if Biden and Obama had done any of this, the impeachment process would have come through. Congress would have gotten away. They'd have tried to throw Obama in jail for the same acts that Donald Trump is doing now. And do you believe that? And would you have been happy with it? Absolutely not. You'd have been crying, why are we going to war with Iran? You'd have been screaming up and down had it been Barack Obama or Biden. Biden sleep at the wheel, man. Look what he's doing in the country, man. We in a war. We don't even supposed to be in. Why ain't no Democrats saying anything? Y'all would have been going crazy over this. So, with that being said, I just want to say I have no problem with Jaxson Dart aligning himself with Donald Trump because I don't align myself with Jaxson Dart or anybody else. If that's who we want to go with, fine. That's your poor decision. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to be a part of it. But as a teammate, I can understand Abdul Carter's frustration. But that's a time for a conversation with the players. But I see how left-wing people will get involved and say, hey, let's talk about this. All right, now the whole thing's going to come down to can the kid play football? He ain't even played everybody yet. Hell, he ain't even played a full season yet. He played like it's college. So we still don't know if this guy can even quarterback. Now he's going to deal with even more pressure than ever because now the New York media, which was supposed to be their friend because he didn't align himself with Trump, now it's going to all go left. Can he ball out the rest of the way? This is a team that was going to win 5 games anyway. 5. And they're going to realize one thing and one thing only. This was nothing they needed to be a part of anyway. But it was what everybody decided this is what we needed to do. Correct? Oh, yeah. What was the worst part of all of this? Was Jameis Winston. This dude goes on into the can we all just get along? Oh my God, it was dreadful. I won't let
we don't have to agree. We don't have to respect or even understand people's perspective. But I think we should support their perspective because that's what they believe in, right? So I think these two young guys being resilient and showing that uncomfortable situations and coming to not a compromise, but coming to a position of strength, of authority, of the impact that they have, that we have as athletes with this platform to the world is so good for them to experience because, guys, they were drafted together. What you don't have a tighter bond than that. They sit next to each other in the team meme room, right? And that's what we see in this world. Sometimes we try to normalize just opinions, people's opinions. Everybody want to jump on. Oh, he said this, she did that, but we don't normalize togetherness. We don't normalize perspective, and everyone has that. We don't have to agree. We don't have to respect or even understand.
I'm glad they took one part out that made sense. Now, what he said there made sense. But then he talk on and go get a whole sermon about we gotta get back together, baby. And we go. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And then I'm like, somebody cut his mic. He go on for about 10 minutes. This is why you still got a job in the league. I'll be like, dude, instead of doing all this talking, you should be doing some reading and on routes. Throwing 30 picks in a season is what cost you your job. Yep. That's what cost him his job. All these people crazy. What, you got to teach people common sense now? Common sense is no longer common. That's all they showing you. Oh yeah, people are raving about this game. And boy, when this game turns for OKC, it's going to be a lot of people mad. People mad at OKC for no reason. I should probably go live for this. Yeah, just because you like something don't mean somebody else is going to like it. Whether it's Trump, whether it's another person. But it's like this. If this person is divisive, right? Let's say it's a divisive person. That's not somebody I'm cool with. Well, hey. No, well, you got to think about it. If you're going to travel through this realm and go down this road, what you going to be faced with? You don't have to deal with people. If it affects you that much and you don't like, they're going by what matters to them. They're not thinking about you. It's people fighting on Facebook over what people align themselves with on Facebook. And other people was like, yo, you respected me, you don't respect me as a person or my whole thing. Like, black people want white people to be accepted to their plight if they're friends. And there was a lot of white people who were friends with black people. And to this thing has divided a lot of them because they find out you don't know what people are assigned to or connected to until there's a situation to where, as a black man, you feel offended. And as a white person, they like, oh, well. But let it be somebody like Charlie Clerk. They were, oh, my God, everybody should be sad over Charlie Clerk. And I'm like, no, we don't have to be sad. I mean, it's a sad situation for him and his family, and our thoughts and prayers go out to him. But the way you didn't give a fuck about nobody black that passed away, people ain't gonna jump up and down like he's a political, like, okay, this is a political hero. Like, no, why should black people? He wasn't doing nothing that we were supposed to get behind, but I don't think he should have been murdered over it. And I don't think he was murdered over it. That's an elbow to the face. Yeah, that's a straight elbow to the face. You went to Charlie Kirk's funeral. I was about to say why, but maybe you knew him. Charlie Kirk grew up around here. He went to school with my cousins. Charlie Kirk, yeah, he lived in our Arizona, but Charlie Kirk grew up in Wheeling, Illinois, in Buffalo Grove. BG, went to school at Wheeling High School. That's down the street from here. He wasn't no scholar, top student. He was a pothead who fell into the conservative crowds. He went to Harper. Harper is not a very good school. I'm going to tell you, it's no Ivy League school. It's like a junior college almost. My cousin played basketball for them. He was their three-point shooter. Downtown Quentin Brown. Well, of course they won the challenge. That's an obvious elbow to the face. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. I wanted to make sure we were clear on that. If you follow Charlie Kirk, they say, yeah, he said some things that's correct, but yeah, he said a lot of things that were just dumb and ignorant because he really was dumb and ignorant at a point. How is Wendy shooting a technical free throw? Well, he's been mad at some of the calls that's been ridiculous in this game. So I understand the plight. I understand the plight. Yeah, you got plenty go. There you go, McCain the hero. They call you smart when you're anti-black. And that's what all these guys are. These you got these anti-Daniels and all these people who are really anti-black. And because it brings them money. If they can manipulate other black people to go against what benefits them. Saying, well, going with the left don't benefit you. Well, show us evidence of going right that benefits us. What plans do the right have for you? Have they ever had for you? Show me that. Instead of telling me, making videos talking about what the left ain't did this, the left ain't did this for you, the left ain't did that for you. Well, the right got black folks over there too. What has he done? What has it done for them? You know what they doing? They paying the same taxes that got raised by the right. Same things that's going up. Food costs, gas up. At the pump, they don't say, oh, you with the right? Here's your gas price. No. This gas price is only for the left. No. Y'all all paying the same price. Now, when you get down to the policies and realize that we need to organize to get in there and change some policies for ourselves, why there's not a black anti-hate crime? And don't give us that, well, why does it have to be black? Well, you got an Asian hate crime law in 3 days. Less than a week. They had an anti-hate bill for Asians. I said, wow, that's crazy. But nobody asked any question. How peculiar. So I'm going to shut this down and then we'll go start the other live stream. So I'm out of here. We'll do one on the game. All right. Later.